Texas, the basketball team from San Antonio, of course. And help me welcome Sancho. Jacinto.
Before I start this speech, I want to share something. I got the latest
Oh yeah, right.
magazine last night, Toastmasters, and the cover is the Philippine National Police Chief, Nicanor Baltolome, which is the police chief in the Philippines. I was so surprised. It's like when he come home, like, oh, what's the police? Philippine police in Toastmasters. So I just found out that Toastmasters is very huge in the Philippines, and I didn't know about them when I was there. But they said that they are the police are trained to suppress criminals and suppress crime and suppress criminals. But when they talk in front of the media and public, they don't know anything. They don't know the skills, so that's why they started Toastmasters there. And I found out that there's the article. Like when I was in the Philippines, I believe Rason was the chief, and I didn't know he was a Toastmaster too. And also Arthur Lupel, he was the chief before I was in the board or something. And it's just amazing that they have different. There's huge Toastmaster in the police in the Philippines. Like each police station has their own Toastmasters. Michael Uhl was a president in 2006, 2007, international president from the Philippines. So it's just nice to share that. I didn't know Toastmasters this big. I'm going to talk about ESPN's Team of the Decade from 2000 to 2010. It is labeled as the most successful sports organization in today's world by many commentators, ESPN commentators. And they say New England Patriots is coming close, which is also my favorite NFL team. My topic for today is my favorite National Basketball Association, or NBA team, the San Antonio Spurs. I started watching the Spurs, I'll say back in 2005, when I just got curious and I'll watch basketball. And back then, they just won the championship against the Detroit Pistons in 2005. And I was thinking, what team should I root for the NBA, National Basketball Association, and Philippine Basketball Association, PBA? So I said, I'll go for the defending champs. So back in the PBA, it's Talk and Text, Code Pals. So I still root for that team, and the San Antonio Spurs until today. I still root for those teams because 2005 they're defending champions. So when I started watching, I chose to root for the defending champs, and I started to basically fell in love with the team and started to root for them since I was in the Philippines, and unlike here in the US where wherever state you are, there's home team. In the Philippines, everyone is free to choose anything. So I had that liberty to choose the San Antonio Spurs were the champions, and then it was the era of the Big Three. And what I like about the Spurs is they have a very good system with Coach Greg Popovich, and then the Big Three during the era and until today they're still playing is Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, and Manu Ginobili. First, I would like to talk about the main man of the Spurs for the last decade, Tim Duncan. So Tim Duncan was the #1 draft pick in the 1997 draft from Wake Forest, and he led Wake Forest for 4 years in the Final Four. And you can see that Tim Duncan is not just an ordinary NBA player. He was regarded as the best power forward in NBA history ever, Tim Duncan. It's known in the sports world that he's the best power forward. He's one of the best players in NBA history. He won 4 championships, starting from 1999 with David Robinson, 2003 with David Robinson, 2005 with Parker and Ginobili, and last year 2007 against LeBron James, the Cleveland Cavaliers, they swept. And what makes Tim Duncan special, in my opinion, is he's just not a basketball player. He's a very well-rounded person. Tim Duncan graduated from Wake Forest with BS Psychology with honors. It's just incredible to think of that someone who represents his school in basketball and trains so hard, and he's the star player, who still doesn't, still able to excel in academics and be able to graduate with honors in psychology. And he's also a very, very philanthropic man, as he had the he had the Tim Duncan Foundation that helps a lot of people and donates a lot of money to charity. And he's just so humble, a very good role model, and I consider him as one of my #1 role models ever. One quote that I really liked that he said was, "Don't stop until your good becomes better, and then your better becomes your best." So putting this into my heart, it gives me my own philosophy from him to always seek for my best, and don't stop until I become the best, until I do my best, I have my personal best, because you should never settle for second best. And it shows in his work ethic. He won 4 championships, 3 MVPs, 2 MVPs, 3 final MVPs. So Tim Duncan, you know, he's the best Spurs, as I can say, as he brought the championship to the San Antonio Spurs ever since he was drafted. Before he was drafted, there's no championship for the Spurs. So the next person in the big tree is he's the best player now in the Spurs because Duncan is getting old. You know, when you get old, you get doesn't play that much with the athleticism. It's Tony Parker. Tony Parker, when you start watching him, he's not a star. He's just a young point guard in the Spurs. He's the weakest link in the big tree. They didn't call it the big tree back then. But now Tony Parker, he finished 5th in the MVP last season. He's in his prime, he's 30 years old, and all I can say about him is he's one of the best point guards in the league. And he may not be that exciting as a LeBron or Derrick Rose, but Tony Parker is quick and he gets things done. Like, he may not be very good at shooting, but his layup, they call him the best layup maker in the league right now. And one other fact with Tony Parker is, I can say he's still young, he's still 30, and you know, he was Finals MVP in 2007. He increased his game back then, and you know, he's the hope of the Spurs. So when I say Tony Parker, I mean, there's really nothing much to say about him because you know, he didn't have a great career like Duncan, and he still have something to prove. You know, so that's why I can say Parker is the future. And one of my favorites in the Spurs is, I just love this guy. He's one of the most exciting players in NBA history. And I think, no offense to Jordan players, as I did before, I watched Michael Jordan highlights on YouTube, and I watched Manu Ginobili highlights on YouTube, and I like Ginobili's a lot. Or as Charles Barkley would call him as Ginobili! So Manu Ginobili. If you guys don't know him, and you're missing a lot. I mean, Manu Ginobili, he's just amazing. He's just awesome. I mean, unlike Parker and Duncan, they call him boring. When they call the Spurs boring because Duncan just gets things done, just layups, you know. And Parker, you know, he just do layups too. Ginobili is just amazing. He never dunks, whenever he does step back 3-pointer, game-winning shots. Manu Ginobili, I mean, I call him the most international basketball player ever in NBA history. So we go back to where he started. He started in Argentina. He started playing basketball there, and then he got picked off in Italy. He played for Europe. He won the European MVP. He won European championship. Then he got drafted by the San Antonio Spurs, and then he won 3 championships with the Spurs. And not only that, he won championship in Europe. He played in Argentina. He could have won championship there. He played longer. But he won championship in the United States. But check this out. In the Athens 2004 Olympics, ever since the Dream Team is the first Team USA that allowed professional basketball players. Team USA has never been beaten in international competition until 2004 in the Athens Olympics, when they played Manu Ginobili and the Argentina team, which USA settled for bronze and Argentina won the gold medal during that Olympics. I mean, after that, Ginobili, you know, he just carried his team in world championships and even won the bronze in Beijing. And he's just an amazing player. He can carry the team out. He plays hustle, and it's just, you know, just like what Charles Barkley just is in love with him too. Just Ginobili, like even when they have highlights, they would even show other players, and he would still scream Ginobili because Ginobili is just amazing. I mean, that's the big tree for the San Antonio Spurs that I grew up watching and loving, and they're still on. With Duncan, Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili. So I'd say the last championship the Spurs was back in 2007 when they played LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers. But in 2007, that's the day when I liked LeBron James. And this guy's amazing. And he's a beast. And then in the finals, I want Cavaliers and Spurs to play. But unfortunately, I mean, LeBron disappointed me. The Spurs just swept them. So that's the last championship we had. And the Spurs today, in 2011, we had that 23-game winning streak until we lost to the Thunder 4 straight in the finals. And a fun fact is, since 2007 until last year, Ginobili always gets injured in the playoffs. And because of that, the Spurs never won the championship until last year, which I give credit to the Oklahoma City. It was very good. And now the Spurs today, it's Parker's team. Duncan is now 36, Ginobili's now 35. They're getting old. So Parker's now running the show. And there's a lot of young blood. Kawhi Leonard is very athletic. He's very good. Gary Neal, clutch player. Patty Mills this is something to check out because Patty was a third-string point guard for the Spurs. But during the Olympics, he scored 38 points against Great Britain, and he made a buzzer beater against Russia, who eventually won the bronze medal. And Patty Mills is just something to look out. And Thiago Splitter from Brazil, he won the MVP in Europe too. And also Dewan Blair, and there's a lot of young people in the Spurs, to evolve. But the core is still Parker, Duncan, and Ginobili. And I still hope that they'll still play well with Duncan, declining his game, but he was still the main cornerstone until Parker took over the team last year. But this year, the Lakers, with Kobe Bryant, they're making a lot of noise because they recently traded with Dwight Howard, the best center in the league, Steve Nash, one of the best point guards in history, and they're the favorites now to win the championship because they got basically an all-star team in their team. And the Heat also has all-star with LeBron, Wade, Bosh, they're the defending champions. I mean, it's kind of messed up to see that all these NBA teams all these best players going to one team. Makes the competition very tough. But I know the Spurs can always bring upsets. So I say the Spurs is it's a humble organization. They don't show off like the Lakers or LeBron. They don't really boast a lot. They're just humble. They have a very great system with Greg Popovich, R.C. Buford, and R.C. Buford, the president, and Peter Holt, the owner. They're able to get players internationally. Ginobili from Argentina, Parker from France, and they get it at like 38 draft picks. So they're very good at it, trusting their system. What I say is they're my source of entertainment. I love the Spurs. I watch almost every game. I have a website where I watch them when I can, when I'm free. And most like when I play basketball, I try to copy Duncan or Parker or Ginobili. So it's a good way to learn more playing basketball. So I'd say that the San Antonio Spurs is my #1 sports team. It is also one of the most successful sports franchise ever. So even though it's the off season now, I can still say that once November the season starts, the Spurs will win the championship. I'd say go Spurs, go. Thank you.